Hello and welcome to Models with Claude. My name's Jeff, I'm glad you're here. Let's just jump right in. By the end of this video, you'll see how we can use the Claude add-in to help us with our financial models. Let's head straight to Excel, exercise 1. All right, before we head right to Claude, let's just kind of get our bearings. Okay, the first worksheet is inputs, and this is where we're going to put all of our assumptions. And this is for a SaaS revenue forecast model. So I've entered in some historical performance, and then I've entered in some growth assumptions. The next worksheet is our actual model draft. In other words, these are the values that I want to look at. And I want to get Claude to help me write all these formulas. So first we want to get Claude to kind of just get its understanding of the model and the assumptions. So we need to open the Claude add-in. Now, if you've never installed it, it's easy. You just go to add-ins, search for Claude, and click install. The add-in itself is free, but to use it, you'll need a Claude account. Once the add-in's installed, just open up Claude. Here's our side panel, and we can just prompt it. Now, rather than typing this prompt in, I'm just going to do a copy paste. And basically it says, review the input sheet and the model sheet. Build the formulas for the customer metrics and customer revenue build sections of the model, pulling assumptions from the input sheet. Project fiscal year 2025 through 2029 and go. And I'll speed this up. Okay, and it finished up. Before we head over to the model sheet, let's take a look at its notes. I'll start by reviewing both the inputs and the model sheet to understand the structure. I now have a clear picture of both sheets. Let me map out the structure before building formulas. Input sheet summary, model sheet summary, customer metrics, revenue build. Okay, 2025 looks good. Now let me build 2026 through 2029. All formulas are computing correctly with no errors. Let me do a quick verification of the outputs to make sure the numbers make sense. Everything checks out. All formulas are correct and no errors. Here's a summary of what we built. And by the way, just because it says the formulas are correct and there's no errors, I'm not going to blindly trust an AI. So I would definitely spot check all of this stuff. Customer metrics and revenue build. And here it provides a little summary. It documents the formula logic. All assumptions are dynamically linked, which is good, and it talks through what it built. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here's the model sheet, and let me close this so we can take a look. Okay, basically I asked it to finish out these two sections, which it did, and let's just kind of spot check a couple of these. So first of all, for beginning customers, I would expect that to be equal to the prior year ending customers. So if I look at this formula, sure enough, I can see that that's exactly the logic that it used. So that looks good. Okay, so for new customers, it took prior year times 1 plus the inputs C18. So let's go to the inputs and let's check C18, which is the new customer growth rate for that year 2025. So let's go back here, that looks good. This one should be prior year times 1 plus D18, which is D18. Okay, so it looks like it's using the correct assumption rates. And since all of these are formulas that tie back to the input sheet, this is going to be easy for us to spot check. Okay, for churned customers, it looks like it's doing beginning customers times the inputs C20 times 12. So let's go back. Inputs C20, which is the monthly churn rate, times 12. And here it's using the current period beginning customers times the inputs D20 times 12, which is this. And that seems legit. And then ending customers, okay, that should be our beginning plus new minus churned, and that looks right. And I would go through and review all of these formulas, not trusting the AI. But so far, things look about right. And think about this. It actually read these labels and it understood the mission. Like it understood what these formulas should do. It understood the context. Now to me, that's pretty amazing. And I would continue to spot check all of these. And even if I need to modify some of these formulas, it got me here, like this first draft, pretty quickly. Let's go to the next exercise, exercise 2. Now we want it to build out the next sections. So it's done these first two sections, let's have it build out the rest of the sections. So I'm going to copy this prompt, head to Claude, paste, and go. And I'll speed this up. Okay, and it finished up. Full model complete. Fiscal year 2025 through 2029. And it gives us a little table for the cost structure section, the operating expenses, profitability, key SaaS metrics, and it documents its key formula assumptions so we can review those, and it gives us a little summary. So let's go check out the updated model. Okay, now we can see that all the rest of these sections are complete. And let me close this pane here. Okay, and let's take a look here. And here we can see it used formulas, which is great because now I can audit them and I can ensure that these formulas are accurate and that Claude understands what these numbers represent. So let's just take a look at one of these for an example. Cost of goods sold. So it's taking the revenue assumption times 1 minus input C21. Let's cruise over here. C21. So that's this gross margin target. So actually we'd expect all of these to be our gross margin target, and it looks like in fact they are. So that seems correct. And I would continue to spot check all of these formulas. So with the basic model done, let's head to the next exercise, exercise 3. All right, let's take a look at some scenarios. Let's go to the scenarios worksheet. Here we basically want to say, for these scenarios, use this base case, but then what if things go great? Or maybe not so great. So we want to build out some scenarios related to these assumptions. So let's head over here. Let's open Claude, and rather than type this prompt, I'm just going to copy paste and go. And I'll speed this up. Okay, and it finished up. Scenario analysis complete, and here's the results. And it provides documentation for how it works and key takeaway. So let's go check it out. Okay, and let me close this so it's easier to see. So for scenario results summary, it looks like here it is just referencing some cell references, okay, down below. So let's go to the scenario calculation engine. Okay, this is where it does all of the math. This looks like the base case values, and then it does the bull case values, and then the bear case values. And then up above, it's just referencing those values below. So I've said it before and I'll say it again, I would never blindly trust the AI, but certainly this gives us a great head start. And we'd go back and forth and clean up the formatting, and we'd continue chatting with Claude as desired. Now let's zoom out for a second. At the end of the day, what happens is we created an input sheet where we would type in our assumptions. And then we kind of gave it some direction about the types of values we'd like to see. And then we said, go write all the formulas. And based on the text that we entered, it understood the context and it understood what needed to be calculated. And it took a first pass at writing all of these formulas. Did it get them all right? I don't know, I'd have to go in and spot check all of them. I would never trust the AI, but it looks like it got us a quick first pass. Hopefully this video is helpful, showing the types of things that Claude can help you with. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day. Hey Excel user, if you ever need to create summary reports, check out my pivot table for beginners video. It starts at the beginning and shows how to store the data transactions in a table and then how to summarize those transactions with a pivot table report. I hope it helps unlock the incredible power of pivot tables.
This video is a production of Excel University.